I'm Dr. Gene Antonucci. I started my career in dentistry in the Air Force, where I helped our military personnel get healthy and stay healthy. From there, I built a successful practice in Huntington, New York, and later as a teacher, lecturer, and author, I shared my knowledge and experience with students and fellow healthcare professionals. And now my journey's taken me here to explore the world of health, wellness, diet, fitness, and nutrition, as together we discover and find the good life. Today's show deals with the topic everyone is always thinking about: weight loss. Watch TV, read a popular magazine, and you can't get away from the ads or avoid seeing all of the people you think are so much more beautiful and skinnier than you are. We all struggle with it, I bet mostly because of our personal thoughts of beauty. But one of the biggest concerns is the harm that excess weight means for our bodies over time. In America, obesity rates are 40%. With medical costs for conditions like diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and certain types of cancer, makes people who are obese have annual medical costs much higher than those who aren't obese. I remember a decade ago, I was looking at photos from a beach vacation, and I saw an image of myself on the beach. I almost died on the spot. I couldn't get over the size of my belly. I ran to look in the mirror, and the man in the mirror looking back at me was not what I wanted to see. Right then and there, I began what I needed to do to change my lifestyle and lose 35 pounds. And aside from a few minor ups and downs, I've kept my weight to what it was in high school, that 183-pound range. I've met many people with amazing life stories regarding health and weight loss. Our first guest on today's show is Chris Kuchnicki. Chris is a superstar real estate broker in the DC area, and at the age of 38, he was 296 pounds, pre-diabetic, suffering from sleep apnea, admittedly totally out of shape, and on the road to major health problems. He turned his life around and now is in great shape, at the gym regularly, and maintains a weight of about 165 pounds. Chris, so great to have you on the show here.
Thanks for having me, Dr. Gene. I appreciate the invitation.
So, tell me your story.
Yeah, so a couple years ago, actually March of 2017 to be exact, I entered into the bariatric weight loss program with my health provider. And that was a 6-month program that eventually would end up in surgery. So you had to see a dietitian, you had to follow a certain diet, keep food journals. They did psychological evaluations to make sure you would be a good candidate for the surgery. And all that ultimately ended up in a gastric bypass surgery.
What brought you to go to the bariatric program?
I had finally reached my point working in real estate, being very busy, where I knew that I couldn't keep going, living my life that way, living my life at almost 300 pounds.
So, did you always have a problem with weight in your life?
Not when I was younger. Before I was in real estate, I worked in the airline industry as a flight attendant, and when I first started that industry and that job, I was about 165, which is what I weigh now. And in my mid-20s, the weight started to come on, and then it just slowly started to become more and more of a problem.
Little by little.
And sneak up on me.
So you went into this program, and I guess sounds like it's more rigorous than what we think of.
I like to tell people about it because it dispels a lot of the myths of the surgery. They actually prepare you. You have to lose a certain amount of weight on your own. When I entered the program, I was 296 pounds. On surgery day, I was 265 pounds.
Yeah, and
that weight loss was just from me.
Wow.
And then the weight loss got me all the way down to about 200 pounds, the surgery itself. And from there, the rest was all up to me as well.
Is the surgery a difficult process to go through?
It's a very difficult process. It's not the easy way out, quite the opposite, and it's not for everyone. It's important that whenever you're looking to lose weight, you find what works for you. And I knew that this surgery would need to be the tool that helped me retrain my brain to eat less and to also get out and move more, to drop the weight in order to feel better, to do so.
What made you make that decision? Like, what most people would think of that as like a last resort and would say, I'm going to diet, I'm going to do this. What did you go through to come to that?
Oh, absolutely. And I had tried many different diets and many other things that just did not work for me. And it got so out of control once I got into real estate that it was like a runaway train. And I knew I had to do something fast and something drastic if I wanted to continue living my life.
So you have the surgery, and you have a recovery period. What's that like?
So initially after surgery, I was just doing straight cardio for 2 months. You know, you can't lift anything heavy, you can't. But as soon as I was cleared by my surgeon, at his advice, I joined a gym. And I had kind of dabbled in weightlifting before I had the surgery. I had a friend who is a personal trainer, and she showed me that weightlifting isn't something that's intimidating or scary, that it can be very easy.
So how do you maintain the proper eating habits?
Pretty much that started within the weight loss program, putting my food on baby plates, eating smaller portions, and then after you have the surgery, that's all you can eat.
I know people who've gone through the surgery and they've actually started to gain weight again.
Right.
How does that happen?
Well, after a few years post-surgery, sometimes as early as 1 year, it's easy to get back into old habits. Your stomach can stretch out a little bit more. So that's why it's even more important right after surgery to get to a gym and get into healthy habits and use the surgery as a tool rather than a fix-all, you know?
Right. So Chris, we have to take a short break, but will you stay with us?
Absolutely.
We'll be right back after this break.
Over 70 years of experience in heart and aviation, the members of the Association of Flight Attendants know the realities of the aircraft cabin better than anyone. We don't just serve drinks, we save lives. We don't just negotiate contracts, we move major policy issues like the smoking ban, no knives on planes, clean water, and safe food on board. The air we breathe matters, and we stop the spraying of poisonous pesticides. The Association of Flight Attendants, stronger together, better together.
Chris is a superstar real estate broker in the DC area, and at the age of 38, he was 296 pounds. He turned his life around and now is in great shape. Chris, so great to have you on the show. I'm sure there's a mental, emotional, self-esteem part of this that comes in. What kind of changes did you go through from that?
Oh, absolutely. I think that in order to make any major change, it has to also come in the mind. And weight, people struggle with their weight for many reasons. Mine was mental. It was depression. It was anxiety.
You actually became depressed because of your weight.
Absolutely. And eating was a source of comfort and a source of stress relief. Not just with my job, but with life, with dealing with disappointments and setbacks and feeling like a failure. And I would drown myself in food as a way to...
It's a strange dynamic because on the one hand, you're part of you being depressed is you see what you look like. You're not happy with what you look like, but you eat more.
We continue to do the things that continue to hurt us.
This has been great. You're so inspirational. If people want to contact you, how can they find you?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram, where I not only share my real estate, but my fitness life at Chris Sells DC. I'm also on Facebook as Chris Kuchnicki, and my email address for any inquiries is chrisk@crossmancre.com.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
We'll be back with more after this short break, so stay with us.